Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kyle Recker and I'm coming to you with another video review. And today I'll be reviewing the WWE Defining Moments Undertaker. Now I've had this for a while, but I never got around to reviewing it. I've had it for maybe about a year. Anyways, but since I haven't found anything new or decent lately at the store, I might as well go back in time and review, this figure. Anyways, before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the packaging first. Now, I do have to say, I love what they did with the most recent Defining Moments figures, how they kind of made them a little bit more unique. Like how they put the character's logo and the character's design all over the packaging. Whereas with the original Defining Moments, like Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25, it was basically all the same. The box was basically exactly the same. The only difference was, of course, the picture on the side, and of course the bio on the back, and of course the figure inside. But other than that, the box was pretty much the same. But this one's a little bit more unique a little bit. Anyways, with the Undertaker here, we got the logo back there. We got all the blue smoke all over the place, which is just awesome. It looks great. Anyways, we got the old Defining Moments logo. Got the picture of the dead man right there. And then the back, of course, we still got the cross there. But I like how it's see-through, so you can still see the figure if you wanted to. And then the bio, you can pause right there if you want to read. It's basically about his Hell in a Cell match he had against the Big Boss Man, which FYI, well, at least in my opinion, that match sucked. Probably the worst Hell in a Cell match I've ever seen. It sucked. Anyways, despite the match being, horrible, this figure still remains freaking awesome. Yeah, this figure's great. This is probably one of the best Undertaker figures I've ever seen. This is probably my favorite Undertaker figure, aside from the WrestleMania 31 Elite, that came out a couple of years back. Aside from that, this is my favorite Undertaker figure ever. I love the way this figure turned out. Now, this figure is just a straight-up re-release of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figure that came out back in 2010, I believe. It was basically in the entrance crate style packaging. Now, as far as I can tell from the pictures and the videos I've seen, the only real difference, aside from this figure not coming with the display stand that plays the music, is the eyes. On the Comic-Con exclusive version, they were basically just painted completely white. Like how when he takes his hat off and he rolls his eyes in the back of his head, his eyes are completely white. It's basically that. But with this one, the eyes are completely painted, which I prefer it this way. I don't know, I just think it looks better. And since I could not get that figure, because obviously it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and the figure goes for a lot of money on eBay at the time before this figure came out, I missed out. So I'm glad that they re-released it in the Defining Moments line, in the Defining Moments line like this. Like I said, it looks awesome. The head scan is great. It definitely looks a lot like Undertaker from that era. Of course, he's got his tattoos. Let's get the black elbow pads. Now, I like the material that they used on these elbow pads. It's nice and soft, so it doesn't really hinder articulation. Why can't they do that with all the figures? And not just the elbows, but also the knees as well. But they need to use this softer rubber. It doesn't hinder the articulation whatsoever. I mean, the elbow is just a tiny bit, because obviously it's rubber, but it doesn't really get in the way. Anyways, now let's see if we can get this thing off. This thing is a little tricky to get off, but it's also not. Anyways, you just come over to the side here. See those little buckles there? You can untab them. If I can get them. This was a lot easier before I trimmed my nails. There we go. There we go. Got one side done. Now let's get the other side. It's basically the same thing. I can reach it. There we go. There we go. Now the trick to get this off over his head is basically to take his little hairpiece. It's basically just shift it to the side, and then pull his hair underneath there, and then just pull it up over his head. There we go. And then just slide it down the back of his hair. And then to get it back on, you just do the reverse. Now I'm gonna warn you, from taking it on and off, the paint on his hair does rub off just a tad bit. I don't know if you can see it, but the paint on mine has rubbed off a little bit. Oops. Sorry about that. Now I love the way this entrance attire turned out. It looks awesome. I love the fact that it's a cloth cape. Cloth. And it's pretty soft too. Thank you, Mattel. It's great. And it looks fantastic with the cloth on here. Whoops. So thank God this was not rubber or plastic, because it would have been stupid. And it would have looked horrible too. It was, like I said, the head looks great. You know, it looks a lot like Undertaker. Now, a lot of people complain that the head is just a tad bit too big on this figure, which I agree with, but it's understandable because obviously you have to be able to put the entrance gear on. So that's probably why they made, you know, the head so big. Anyways, the attire is cool. It's got the same cross thing right there. It's got all the designs. These boots are awesome. I wish he would bring these boots back at some point. That would be just awesome. Like I see, he's got all the tattoos all over the place. This is a great figure. My only real complaint with it, aside from this being a tiny bit too tricky to get off, but I also have a minor loose joints. But other than that, this is a great figure. So I would say if you can get this figure for a good price online, or if you find it at a convention or something, I would say snatch him up. This is a great figure. I really enjoy this figure. This is probably my favorite Undertaker figure aside from the WrestleMania 31 Elite. Yeah, that came out a couple years ago. Which I don't have right now. It's in my container. Anyways, I'll give this figure a 9.5 out of 10. It's near perfect. So if you're an Undertaker fan, if you can get this figure for a good deal, I would say definitely snatch it up. It's a great figure. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check out the description box below the video for links to my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, and my Instagram. Be sure to click those links and connect with me there. If you follow me, I will follow you, and you can message me anytime you want. And we can talk about wrestling or whatever you want. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.